And we're back, folks. We've got baseball here coming up. Week 5 of the NSLB. No slugger left behind. Every player playing every week, well, except for the bye. But we're actually making our way through those byes pretty well now. A lot of teams have had a good few games under their belt, and as you can see as a result, the standings are starting to spread out a little bit from where they were a few weeks ago. Luigi Knights 3-0, plus 15 run differential, head to head win over the Mario Fireballs in second anyway. I am sitting pretty right now, but I've got three teams at 2-1 right behind me here. Fireballs, as they showed last week, are no joke. 10-0 statement win against the Monarchs really showed us what they were capable of. Bowser Jr. rookies Daisy Flowers are playing. Rookies had the bye last week, but they have the head to head over the Flowers. Bowser Monsters, DK Wilds, two teams that came out kind of strong, have been trying to find their identity a little bit lately, but I know some changes have been happening in there that the owners are excited about. And then we've got three teams down at 1-3. The Monarchs and the Bows are tied in run differential. The Monarchs have more runs scored, but these teams have not played head to head yet. And the Muscles have unfortunately lost the head to head against both of those teams individually, so they stay on the bottom for now. But it was a very good game for Nate last week. I am excited to see him take another shot at it. And we've got four great games of baseball for you folks tonight, as you might have seen in the thumbnail if I did it right. With me, as always, my lovely co-commentator Iris, who I've been keeping quiet for now, but I'll let her talk to you. How you doing, Iris?
I'm doing really well. I'm pretty excited for another week of baseball. And yeah, going through the standings, it's nice to see you and me at the top of the standings now. Um, I do feel like our teams are both pretty strong. On the other end of things, uh, I'm gonna make a prediction right now. By the end of this league, you are not going to see the Wario muscles in last place. And even further than that, I think they have a decent chance of potentially snapping up that last playoff spot.
I would love to see it. I really would. There is, for those of you familiar, the Triple SL Super Slugger Sim League. Really my inspiration for all of this. Season one, the DK Wilds in that league finished the first half of their season, one win and eight losses, and they went on an 8 game win streak in the second half and very nearly clinched a playoff spot, and it was beautiful to see. The Muscles are not that far behind. They absolutely could do it, and I'd be so happy for Nate.
Now, not to go back to the old well of real baseball, but yeah, it is like it was such a Detroit Tigers situation. In 2024, the Detroit Tigers um, were extremely bad, like impossibly bad to start their season. Had an extremely I forget. Did they have an extremely long win? No, it was the Twins that had the really long losing streak, but the Detroit Tigers were just like not in the running at all. They were actually sellers at the trade deadline. Um, and then they came back to snatch a playoff spot after having like 0.2% odds or something crazy because they didn't stop winning games. And the Minnesota Twins, my beloved tertiary team, unfortunately did not stop losing games.
Well, speaking of
So lots of things can happen in the playoffs. It doesn't matter the order that you get your wins and losses in. It just matters how many.
that is true, and speaking of teams looking to make some wins happen right now, game one, Peach Monarchs at Luigi Knights. I'll let you take us through the Monarchs lineup. It's only natural I take us through the Knights. So what do we got going on?
Yeah, so we're leading off with our third baseman, Dry Bones. Toadette in right field is going to receive the star. Pink Yoshi is going to be manning left. Blue Pianta at second base. Funky Kong that star player of the team at first base will be batting fifth, classic power hitter spot. Zack themselves are gonna be out in center field. Peach is behind the mound. Gray is it? I always forget. Is that green shy guy or gray shy guy?
Green is GR is gray. They're both
Gotcha.
in this
Gray
game,
shy
so
guy. Yeah, gray shy guy at shortstop. Gay shy guy, if you will, on a very queer team as we capital off with she they Toadsworth behind the dish at catcher.
yeah. Now two faces on the Monarchs this week that you know two faces on the Monarchs this week that we did not have previously. Wiggler and Teal Yoshi, Cerulean Yoshi, Light Blue Yoshi, the Yoshi of many names but just one color, have left, and we will see them playing for the Birdo Bows, who actually have the bye this week, so it's going to be a little bit till they settle in. But it's an exciting lineup change. I definitely think Pianta in that spot is an interesting one. Wiggler was an excellent contact hitter to lead off into Funky Kong, but although the power has not been where you would like it so far for the Piantas in this league, they have been pretty good contact hitters. So I think that's still going to kind of work out. Uh, and yes, somebody does mention Monarchs outfield is looking pretty dangerous right now. We really have started to see teams come into their own when it comes to outfields now. I think week 1, week 2, a lot of people were still figuring out what chemistry was as a mechanic, but I think we're all just about on the same page with that now.
Yeah, once everybody knows about buddy jumping and how important it is, you really start to realize how much lineups are kind of essentially composed around having buddy jump chem.
Yeah, buddy jumps, super dives. There's a couple of mechanics in this game that you gotta be building around. And super dives are really the name of the game with the Luigi Knights here, who unbiased as the announcer, but biased as the owner, have to say I think have the best middle infield in the league. Blue Toad, catcher, is going to be batting first, but then there they are, Brown Critter, Petey Piranha, the most reliable 2-3 I've ever known. Second base, shortstop, they're not going anywhere. Green Toad going to try and clean up the base paths when they're done. Autumn center fielder, Green Shy Guy left fielder. That outfield again, not changing. Luigi actually going to take first base this week. He did have to rest last week after pitching 2 complete games and only allowing 1 in both of those, leading the league in ERA right now. I'm quite surprised, but pleasantly so. But I didn't do so bad myself on the mound last week, and actually looking at the schedule coming up, I kind of want Luigi in 2 weeks. So I'm going to put myself on to give him a little bit more of a rest so I can have things where I want them. And of course, in between the two of us, Blue Shy Guy, third baseman, great third baseman, not an excellent batter, but that's why you put him in the 8th spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Shy Guy can hit some singles with the best of them.
They absolutely can. They do use some star swings. They're technique characters, so they're a little smarter about that. And we do have some good chemistry sections. We got 3 greens, 3 blues. No chemistry with our big hitters, unfortunately, but they have not tended to need it.
Hmm. Yeah, outfield chem is nice to have, but
We're,
it honestly makes it so interesting compared to like an actual baseball lineup, that you're not necessarily just going like top to bottom. What do I think the best OPS is? Like the outfield chem is, or the offensive chem is maybe not quite enough to like bring the worst hitters in line with the best hitters. But it's a pretty significant boost, and it's going to be better, like a bigger deal rather than constructing your lineup so that the best hitters get the absolute most at bats.
Yeah, and I think we see that with some of the other what am I saying here? I think we see that with some of the other lineups where their bigger hitters are a little deeper. Um, but anyway, the only way to see how this game is going to go is to play it, and we are about 4 minutes past our normal start, so I think I'm going to hop to it unless you've got something else to say.
Nope, just best of luck to both teams. I know where your allegiances lie, so maybe I'll have to be a bit Peach Monarchs biased this game to compensate.
Time to let the players speak for themselves.
Absolutely. But also for us to speak for the players.
Right, right. And I take a bow. Here's the starting pitch. Blue Drybones. Gonna get the Monarchs off right. Drybones, excellent leadoff hitters.
Absolutely.
Toadette, sorry, not an excellent hitter. Gonna line that one out to Brown Critter at second. I'm not 100% sure he had to make the super dive to catch that, but the Critters are show-offs by nature.
Yeah, they are perhaps a bit Jeter-esque. Except not actually, because the Critters know how to play shortstop. Ayo.
Well, as we see from that replay, Petey Piranha's no slouch either. Zack, owner of the Monarchs, has arrived in time. You are here to watch the game, but I don't know if you want to be. We'll find out. Peach's second week on the pitch here. She'll be taking a rest next go-round.
Yeah, I mean, and in a league where every single player is getting drafted, it's pretty nice to have Peach as your ace.
Now this deep outfield here at Luigi's Mansion is going to prevent what could have been a home run for Brown Critter on some shallower stadiums. Blue Toad does not wait on the bag to tag up, which I'm not super happy about, but it's early.
It's pretty strange, I'll be honest, betting on the left fielder just dropping the ball.
Petey goes for a contact, and Knight's power section of the lineup taking some time to warm up today. But we have won games on the chemistry section before. And Blue Toad gonna make an attempt to steal second.
For a steal.
Oh man, that was close, but a good steal from Blue Toad there. Unfortunately, Green Toad's sitting on a 2-0 count with 2 outs. He's going to have to do something for that steal to mean anything. Takes a deep drive at the heart ball. Boo item not used in time. Toadette is under it.
Yeah, I do also... so I'm not sure how this works, but in real baseball... if it's not a force out, you do have to tag the player, which is going to take extra time. And I wonder if, like, even though that's not animated, I wonder if that gets taken into account in this game at all. Which is why you might see a situation that seemed like an out, but was actually safe.
It's certainly possible. Now, Blue Pianta gets on first there. I'm pitching to Funky Kong, who absolutely wants a big one. That is going to pull foul into right. But it was a scary one to watch.
You know, frankly, I have to question your decision making as pitcher and manager here. I just can't help but feel like you want to intentionally walk Funky Kong. Worked out all right this time.
Yeah, Funky Kong pulling a bit of a Brown Critter there. Deep one that might have been good on a shallower stadium, but it just ends up a long one out at the warning track. Zack showing bunt, planning on using the Powerball item, and it almost works, but Zack gets caught in the blast there and does not recover in time to get to first.
Yeah, that's an impressive radius.
Yeah, flying characters immune to the Powerball, but not many of them in this league. Especially with no duplicates.
Yeah, I wonder if the Powerbomb radius is so big to, like, explicitly prevent that situation.
Hard to say, but we are
Sort of
0-0 in
be
the bottom of the second with Autumn batting now.
like a variant on the, what's it called, like the Baltimore Chopper, the Baltimore Chop, which is a play that happens accidentally in baseball sometimes,
Autumn!
where you hit the ball
Oh my
straight at the
god!
ground.
Gray Shy Guy missed that at shortstop, and Autumn didn't realize and didn't run, and so it is still one on first, but now one out. I don't see Autumn in the chat, so I'm not going to yell at her. I'll wait till she shows up.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Base running has consistently been an issue with this league, although you can't fault people in a situation like that, right? You got to get a little bit of lead on the base paths. But in this league where people can throw outs with superhuman strength, it can definitely be a liability.
Yeah, everybody in double play formation all the time here, which allows Gray Shy Guy to get one up the middle, but Autumn is there in time. I don't know how I feel about her offense, but I'm never moving her from center field. She belongs there for sure.
Yeah, the chem is just huge. I mean, it's the entire reason you drafted me so early.
I did. Another excellent dive from Brown Critter there. Keeps this game moving. 2 outs, nobody on for Blue. Drybones Monarchs back at the top of their order. And once again, going to get that one down for a single. But you're banking on Toadette to keep this going. She's already double played once.
And she's not gonna grind into a double play there. If you want to look on the bright side,
She does not. Knights looking at the weakest part of their order now, but they have chemistry, so we'll see what happens here. Blue Shy Guy gonna look at strike one. You know, you definitely... Peach, not famed for her stamina. You know, you definitely want to get her to throw as many pitches as you can. And Zack makes a good grab at center field on that one.
Very nice.
I'm up. Now, I know
And I have to ask, as you are up at the plate here, was there any reason you decided to make yourself the blue me and Autumn the green me?
I believe she requested green when I gave her the option.
Oh, that's nice.
Weak fly ball from Blue Toad, and that's a quick 1-2-3. This is a very defensive game we're playing today. Pink Yoshi, Blue Pianta, Funky Kong batting for the Monarchs. Once again, test of strength for any pitcher. I've done alright so far, but we'll see how things hold.
Yeah, Pink Yoshi, not all that scary behind the plate, and shows it as they just line right out. However, Pianta into Funky Kong's a pretty scary combo.
Certainly, this is the section of the lineup you're looking to get past. But the Knights, starting with Brown Critter PD Piranha, the section they're looking to get past. That's a big one from Blue Pianta.
Might just stay fair. Oh,
Does not stay fair, second. But oh boy, you got me sweating bullets with that one. I am not going to give him another off speed.
And unfortunately, Blue Pianta shows one of the issues with this stage, if you are a power hitter, that center field is just so deep that you got to push or pull the ball. You can't hit it out to center. Funky Kong's trying to push the ball here. That's going to hook pretty far foul. But he's charging again.
And he's going to follow.
Also goes for center field this time. Should be caught, and it is by Autumn. That's 3 easy outs.
Man, my pitching performance is a little a little terrifying tonight, but I'm holding. Mostly thanks to some top-tier defense from the rest of the field here. Gonna see if they can't mount an offense as we're in the bottom of the 4th. Still no score. Reminds me a lot, I was telling you, I actually, I practiced on this once, and it really reminded me of that first Fireballs Bows game, where it was a very low score. And this is shaping up to be the same. Unless Petey's got something to say about it. Nope. Pretty rough contact on that charge swing. We've seen some of our power hitters kind of hit those tricklers. And so it's up to the chemistry section. Funny enough, I'll actually tell you, when I did run that simulation, the Knights had 2 runs, and both of them were batted in by center fielder Autumn, batting right now. But with a man on first and 2 outs, I'm not expecting the same from her. No, green shell item gets both the second baseman and the runner, but the throw is in time. Monarchs batting Zack, Peach, Gray Shy Guy, top of the 5th.
Yeah. You're not quite able to react in time to the ball smoking back your way. Great decision, honestly. A lot of pitchers injure themselves, catching a ball that's like 105 miles off the bat. As Petey shows why he's arguably the best shortstop in the game. Does a little jump, catches the ball, immediately throws it over to first. Easy double play. You get yourself out of a pretty nice jam here.
Yeah, Petey's got a hell of an arm on him. But Gray Shy Guy's not doing too bad either with a double here. Still on 2 outs, and with Toadsworth up to bat, it's not the most threatening position the Knights have been in. And no, Luigi gonna manage to make that dive at first. I'm coming off the mound just in case, but he doesn't need it. Green Shy Guy, Luigi, Blue Shy Guy up for the Knights. Not the part of the order I'm expecting to score, but anybody can do anything in this league, so I'm looking to be proven wrong.
Can't help but feel like Green Shy Guy maybe shouldn't have sat on that first pitch. Gets rewarded pretty handsomely for it, though, with a single to left field.
Luigi not going to keep it going, though. That one does not get over Blue Pianta. He got a big body there at second. He can't jump high, but he doesn't need to score 2 outs already.
Yeah, and Piano wasted no time getting that ball out of his glove. Really nicely done. Peach is going to go for a star swing here on 1 strike. Unfortunately, her star swing, or her star pitch kind of sucks.
Yeah, star pitch not amazing. Pow ball item makes sure the Blue Shy Guy gets on. Am I feeling equally good? Yeah, I think I am. Pow ball item once again. Blue Shy Guy gonna go for third. Gonna go for home. Nope,
I was
goes
wondering
back.
about this.
All right, now this is risky.
Blue Shy Guy was almost pretty heavily punished there for second.
Runners
Gray
on the
Shy Guy,
corners,
cutoff
2
man, was
outs.
very close to third.
And Blue Pianta misses it, and it gets down. An error from Blue Pianta is gonna make the first score of this game. That's a tough one to see.
Such a playable ball, too.
That's a tough one to see, especially with Brown Critter up now. 2 outs. If he parks this one, he's trying. That one pulls way left, but boy, he is looking to make this game unwinnable. Another deep one. It's showing out, but they're under it. They've got the chemistry, and they don't jump. For one reason or another, the Monarchs outfield does not make the buddy play. We've seen this before, ironically enough, with the Monarchs, when Funky Kong made a drive at Wario Stadium that Nate just didn't go for. Everybody stunned. I am too.
Yeah, teams still trying to get to know each other with these new configurations, I guess.
This outfield was the same as last week, and they did all right then, but Peach, who has lasted a lot longer than you would expect from her, does want to be done, and I don't blame her. You see something like that, and you're thinking, this inning should have been over. Blue Pianta could have had that ball, and we'd have been done. Now we're down 4. It's a brutal situation, and we've seen some interesting fielding decisions. I'm still reminded, those of you who've been watching for a while might remember the Bowser Monsters at the DK Wilds. There was a ball that went out into the outfield, and Green Koopa dove for it 3 separate times before Zack had to step in from left field to make it happen.
Yeah, that was the one that it was like right around the tree root, right?
Yeah, pathing issues. Sometimes when you get these home runs that are just over the wall, they're not sure how to go for it. Zack is in my ear here. I'm just waiting for a pitching substitution. Now, I know who the game would put in next, but I am deeply curious, as Zack has made some very, very unconventional pitching decisions before. Sometimes they've worked out. Autumn Knight center fielder here. Hi, Autumn. You had some questionable base running, but your defense has been top-notch as always. We are happy to have you. Okay, we have some big changes happening here. I'm looking at Toadsworth on the pitch. Gray Shy Guy going to catch. Zack gonna play short. Peach going into center.
Huh.
Followed by, is that right? I'm not sure how to answer that question, nor do I feel like it's my place to, as announcer and the team you're up against. So, is that what you want to... Okay, we are right, that's right. Okay. Toadsworth. Not famed for his stamina, but the old slow ball can really trick him sometimes. Bottom of the 5th, he doesn't have to last too long. Petey gonna get a hot one down just in front of Peach to get on first.
Yeah, you know, that Toadsworth slow pitching style can fool batters when he comes in as a reliever. Doesn't fool this team, though.
Autumn gonna let the first one by, get a feel for this this new pitching speed. Pickoff at second, no good. The 2-out rally not gonna continue, as the pow ball does not quite affect Blue Pianta in time. But a 4 spot from the Knights in a game that's otherwise been pretty slow could be hard to come back from with only 2 innings left for the Monarchs. They're back at the top of their order with Blue Dry Bones, Toadette, Pink Yoshi. Blue Dry Bones has some power on that one, but it pulls pretty far left. 2-0 count here. Gonna go for contact as they normally do. Gets down, and Blue Dry Bones is 3 for 3 today. Likely to end the day 3 for 3 the way this has been going, but I shouldn't jinx nothing. Toadette, 3 for 3 on double plays, although that second one technically wasn't, because we were on 2 outs.
Yeah, it feels like the story of this game has just been, you know, get a single, hit into a double play, line right to a middle infielder.
And we don't even have any Nokis, who are really reliable double play hitters. Nokis, Paragoomba. Green Shy Guy probably would have made one right there. But with nobody on, it's just 1 out. Luigi batting now. Has not been amazing today, but is going to get 1 down here. You know, batting one for 3 in real baseball is pretty darn good. I'd say batting 1 for 3 here is about the baseline of what you want. Blue Shy Guy not batting 1 for 3. Instead manages to blow up his own teammate with the error item. And so the Knights are right back to putting up nothing. Monarchs, the
Mhm.
part of their lineup most likely to come back, up now in the top of the 7th. They've got 3 outs to make something happen.
And hey, it's not a home run, but that's a start. You know that you got to hit. You know you got to score 4 runs here. So just go for good honest singles. That's not really Funky Kong's MO, though.
It is not, and I'm not feeling too bad. Even a homer from Funky Kong here would not put the Monarchs ahead entirely. Instead, he opts for a
Does end
deep
up just being
single.
a single anyway.
2 on, nobody out for Zack. Owner versus owner. PD Piranha's got that one. Makes an unassisted, well, not unassisted, but makes a double play, 6-3? Yes.
Yes.
Man on third, 2 outs. And Peach is going to trickle that one into the infield, and that's all she wrote.
Mm-hmm.
A very...
And I guess it does sort of demonstrate the reason why actually hitting home runs can be a lot better here. Is it removes the chance of a double play.
Yeah, absolutely.
So at least there's that, which is just kind of. It feels like almost like the most common outcome in this league with a runner on first.
Certainly a lot of double plays, and it was a very different game from the one we practiced. Very tight defensively. Monarchs played some pretty good defense for the most part there, but one error from Blue Pianta just snowballed enough out of control to let the Knights put something up, and sometimes that's all you need in these games. Zack, good game to you as well. Says you'll take it over last week. That's fair. You had the 2 toughest teams in this league back to back. But this was a much closer game, certainly, than last week. You can see where one change could have made this work out for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I am halfway through my victory beer already. But
I love that for you.
we've got more baseball to play here, folks. So I am gonna get the state loaded up, and we're gonna be looking at the Bowser Monsters going to Mario City, not Mario City, Mario Stadium, and Wario City. I get those mixed up. Don't know why.
And I wish it were Mario City.
Something
In
like
an
the
ideal world, I would learn Blender and I would create Camden Yards here, but sad that we don't live in that world.
I'll tell you what, if you ever dedicate yourself to that, it would be rude of me not to let you have it at that point.
Yay.
But we've got some exciting games coming up here. Really, Bowser versus Mario is truly the classic lineup, but it is not a traditional Bowser versus Mario game, as you'll quickly notice from the Fireballs roster. I'll let their owner talk about that, but I'm going to walk you through the monsters real quick, who are still pretty consistent as they've been. You're going to be starting off with Green Koopa center fielder, third baseman Green Drybones, left fielder Zack, and pitcher Bowser. This is a pretty standard lineup for these guys. Bowser did end up taking the leadoff spot week 2 after a pretty rough week 1 performance, but he did real well there, got it out of his system. He's now content to be in a more traditional power hitter spot in the lineup. Red Paratroopa, starred Boo, first base, second base, shortstop Green Magic Koopa, right fielder Drybones, and then kind of the odd man out of this team, but not a valueless piece for sure, has been instrumental in at least one win, is catcher Blue Noki. Monsters team 2-2 right now. It's definitely been a little mixed, but I know they've got a lot of good players here, and we've seen some tight games against some good teams. I'm not counting them out of this one, and much like Iris had to be rooting for Zack last game, I will be rooting for Zack this game, I think.
Yeah, it absolutely makes sense. And this is, second match overall. I know I have a pretty big stake in it, but I also think this has the potential to be the most exciting match of the week as Bowser Monsters. At least as of right now, I think I would put them as the third scariest team in the league, behind yours and mine. And so, to try and combat that, I'm bringing to you this week shortstop Red Critters leading off. Hammer Bro will be manning third base, followed by Boomerang Bro at first. Fire Bro, bit of a position change here. Is going to be playing left field. Hopefully, his lack of speed might not hurt him as much over there. We'll have to see. Red Madge at second base, myself in center field, Mario taking the mound once again, Red Toad in right field, and Baby Daisy catching.
Yeah, it's a scary team. They've played 3 games so far. First one was a 4-1 loss. Second one was a 1-2 win. Last week was a 10-0 win on the road. The fireballs that I've been scared of this whole time absolutely showed up, and they've got a chance to do it again tonight and prove that they are not just a lucky team, they know how to play.
That is definitely my hope. I am scary. This feels like I am scared because this is such a worse lineup defensively than when Madge is taking the mound. Unfortunately, with the rest rule, it's just a necessary evil.
Well, I'm not counting either team out of this one, and I think I am going to get us started unless you've got anything else.
Nope. I think we should just get right into it.
It's a hitter's ballpark, so let's see some hits. And to answer an earlier question, I am making my way through a pretty big pack of Labatt right now. Green Koopa taking a deep one to lead us off. Gets out to the warning track, but the boo item prevents Iris from seeing it, and it is a double to start. Already a man on second with no outs for Green Drybones, an excellent hitter. This game might get started a lot quicker than last one did. And he is going to get that down. Iris does manage to dodge the shell, but gets a little caught up in the process.
I don't think made too much of a difference there.
No, that one was placed pretty well. But at least you're not going to get any injuries for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Discord stream's having a lot of issues. Can you try streaming at a lower resolution?
Yeah, I absolutely can.
I do not need it in 1440p.
I'm sorry, Nitro is just being Nitro.
All good.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause it for a second. So we've got 2 on, nobody out here. I'm gonna make a pause real quick here for a minute, folks. Which I hate to do, leave you on a cliffhanger as we got Mario versus Bowser. But we will be right back, just as soon as I make sure this is working.
Yeah, you can actually. I was gonna say you can change the resolution
That's
without
what I'm gonna do.
ending stream. I think.
No. Custom.
Yeah, it's just in share your screen.
Right, but it defaults to 1440p, so I can cut it down.
Yeah.
Keep frame rate at 60. Alright, are you back in the box with me here?
Looks like it, yeah.
Alrighty. Sorry to keep you folks waiting here. 2 on, nobody out for Bowser, getting pitched to by Mario. This is the trial by fire that all pitchers have to face at least once in this league. Diddy Kong did a pretty good job of it last time they faced the Wilds. Mario not gonna do the same. That is a no-doubter from Bowser. They made a good jump forward in left field there. I didn't actually think Firebro's speed was going to get him there in time, but Iris really hooks it over there, but it's just a little too high. 3-run shot from the King of the Koopas. This game is getting going early. This is why he's a first-round pick. Bowser was the first pick of this entire draft. We started with the captains, and you had better believe he was first one.
Yeah, he's just goated like that.
He's The king of the Koopas for a reason. Mario getting a little heated, gonna throw one. And strikes out Boo on some
I don't
good
really understand
fastballs.
doing it as the second pitch, but it worked out there.
The intimidation factor, I think, is really what brings him in.
Madge is showing charge here. Kind of interesting. Decides to go for a slap hit. It doesn't matter. Easy out. Achieved by his brother.
East Zack, owner of the Monsters, in chat, has not been for a little while. How you doing, bud? Bowser has been saved from the soup this week. That's good. You need him. But we've got a heavy-hitting team in the Fireballs here. If this is a home run derby of a game, I will be happy to see it.
Yeah, Hammer Bros haven't hit quite as many home runs as you might expect from them, but they have been very adept at those singles, like we saw just there.
2 on, nobody out for Boomerang Bro. Could this be a 3-run shot to get things just about tied up already? Instead, Red Paratroopa
it's
at
going to
first.
be a line drive double play.
That's an excellent jump from Red Paratroopa at first there. Those wings give him just that little bit extra air.
Yeah, could have easily been a single to load the bases for this home run.
Instead, Bowser going to use 1 bullet bill to get a free strike. Going to use a second. Does not have a third in the tank. Going to have to throw a normal ball here on the 2-0. Goes for the off-speed, which is always a little risky. And the shell item...
that should be enough to score Critter with the shell item.
Shell item is going to put the Fireballs on the board. You know, Red Critter smartly decides to wait a minute there, but when that item does its job, he's paying attention. Two outs, 1 on for Red Magic Koopa. Magic Koopa's traditionally not the most frightening hitters in this league, but everybody's got something in them. And Boo is going to miss a dive at second, which keeps this game going.
And now it's up to me to keep the inning alive or potentially even score a runner.
You're charging
and,
early.
You know, I want to charge here. I want the home run so bad, and if it just stays fair,
it just
and it will
stays...
for 3-run home run to tie this game up.
And I think with that single at-bat, you officially lead the Mies in RBIs. We are tied 4-4, and we're not even out of the first inning. This is going to be a game and a half, folks.
Yeah, we're all the way back to the top of the order here.
No, not quite.
Not quite.
Red Toad Baby Daisy yet.
Yeah, sorry.
And if anybody's going to finally end this inning, it might be Baby Daisy.
Forgot Mario goes in a different place because of the chemistry. And it will be Toad ending the inning, unfortunately.
Deep ball out to the warning track. He watched the owner do it, and he was just so excited, but it didn't quite have the pop. Dry Bones, Blue Noki, Green Koopa now batting. And the scoreboard in the back accurately keeping track of not only the runs, but also the hits. I wish the game did that.
Wait, that's really funny.
Yeah, it keeps track of it, but it doesn't give you a box score at the end.
That's so good.
They've even got the count there. 1 strike, 1 out. And Blue Noki, what I tell you, Noki's not traditionally great hitters, but Blue Noki has definitely been better than Red or Green here. I've been pretty impressed. Green Koopa had that deep ball the first inning. Not going to be as flashy this time around, but gets one past Red Critter at short. Bomb item really just add an insult to injury.
Yeah, I think it's a little strange Red Critter didn't die for that one.
Green Dry Bones drives one out.
Pay for it.
Our third 3-run home run of this game happens in the top of the second. I would say the run differentials... I have a feeling
we're going to be seeing a lot of pitchers tonight.
I would say the run differentials are going to go crazy, but if you keep asking and answering like this, I don't know that they will.
Alright, I think you have a pretty good idea of what I want to do here.
I have a sneaking suspicion. We're going to put Red Magic Koopa on the mound and Mario in left.
Switch Mario and Toad now. Yeah.
All right. Now, Red Magic Koopa, good pitcher, not known for his stamina. The way this game's going, I don't expect him to last the whole time, but you want to get as much as you can out of him for sure. Good dive from Red Critter at short, though, after missing that last ball. Two outs, nobody on for Bowser. I think he'd still be happy with a solo shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Instead, he's on an 0-2 here. Red Magic Koopa looking like he might want the intentional walk, which would be not something I'd be upset about, for sure.
Yeah, and I feel like I could have gotten to that ball if I had just run a little bit faster. Hard to read it in the air sometimes.
Yeah, deep one from Red Paratroopa is going to get into the outfield. And we've got runners on second and third with 2 outs. For Boo, not the best hitter on the Monsters, but he is starred. We're going to find out whether or not that has anything to do with this. And he's going to use one of those star hits. Now, we talked about this previously. Star hits from Boo's and Magic Koopa's curve. And it's going to be a 2 RBI single off a star hit. Very well timed from Boo there. You can see Red Toad has to kind of dig his heels in a bit as that one comes in hot.
Yeah. And now those Monsters are more than Grand Slam ahead. Red Mage is already tired.
I am so glad we're taking a break next week, because this is going to be a hell of a game to keep stats for. Still, a fly out from Green Magic Koopa finally ends things. 2 4 spots, now a 5 spot. Can the Fireballs put up 5 with Baby Daisy, Red Critter, and Hammer Bro batting? We will find out.
I'll admit I have my concerns, but at the same time, Baby Daisy does hit a very nice single there.
You would not be upset with a 2-run shot here. Bowser going to use a star pitch. He's only got 1, unfortunately. Now, I will say, I actually don't mind. Good line drive from Red Critter up the third base side, by the way. I actually don't mind Bowser using 1 and 2 star pitches and not 3. Just because you get a lot of hitters kind of forced to go contact on strike 3. You can kind of neutralize your power hitters indirectly that way. And nobody gonna tag up.
What the fuck, Baby Daisy?
Nobody gonna tag up on that long fly out.
Why was she waiting at the base to tag up if she wasn't gonna tag up?
Truly, the machinations of Baby Daisy's mind are an enigma.
Mm-hmm. And, geez, Bro shows how slow he is. Just barely makes it to the base. Fire Bro here, he is set up. Bowser's tired. Could this be it? It's going to be a line drive. Boo Item will score 1. Oh, my God.
Dry Bones has a good arm on him. But Bowser's done now. Zack, I know here, I have a pretty good suspicion about what happens next, but I'm always happy to wait. I see a new viewer. One Squeaky Possum, hello to you. Welcome to the NSLB. Mario Super Sluggers AI versus AI. 18-week season. We are in week 5. Every player plays exactly once. No duplicates, no spare me's. Magic Koopa. Okay. You know, that's fair. Saving Boo for a little later. You're going to need him. I don't blame you. Does Bowser go to short then? We do give the owners opportunity to make other substitutions during these scheduled times. No timeouts. All right, Bowser is going to short. He's a big body.
It really just does go to show you, though, how much the game intended for you to use the run mechanic. Because without it, the Bros almost can't make it to first off a single.
Yeah, the Piantas and King K. Rool have similar problems. Boo,
And
missed
that
a dive
inning's gonna end in just one run.
Missed a dive at second earlier, but Boo's on top of that one. Monsters are batting Drybones, Blue Noki, and Green Koopa. Red Magic Koopa already tired in the top of the third. This is a 7-inning game, folks. We're not even halfway done, and it's 9-5.
I'm gonna have to start thinking real long and hard about who my third pitcher's gonna be.
You might not have much time
I might have
as
to start thinking about right now.
Red Magic Koopa stays on the mound, but he is really grousing up there. Blue Noki does line out into a double play, though. 2 outs, nobody on for Green Koopa. Red Magic Koopa going to try and finish this inning at least. And a good super catch from Firebro at second will manage. But I don't expect him to make it through the fourth. Monsters held scoreless for the first time this game. Fireballs have Iris, Mario, Red Toad batting.
Pretty premature charge there. Very nice take by myself. As I go for Bowser, could have jumped for that one, but jumped too early. Instead, is it gonna be a double? Bowser, I feel like you could have made that.
An arm like his probably could, but throws for third instead and gives you a double. Mario looking to bring 2 across here, close that gap. And we're going to see a star swing. We see very few star pitches, and we see even fewer star swings. That burns Green Koopa out in center. And so it's going to be a stand-up double for Mario off that swing.
Yeah, Mario has just such a great star swing.
I mean, props to Green Koopa for trying, you know? Brave facing it head-on like that, but he just couldn't take the heat.
Yeah, I mean, I love that, like, essentially, a lot of the time, as long as it's in fair territory, it's going to be at least a single. And Mario should score off of this.
Yeah, Green Koopa made an effort to attack that and toss it to Drybones for the buddy play you can see here. Buddy play, a very fast throw, but unfortunately it doesn't stay in the air long enough, and so the kind of momentum from that ball is lost. Green Magic Koopa starting to complain. 1 on, nobody out for Baby Daisy. Iris, if you're looking for a pitcher next inning, my center fielder Autumn has offered her services. I don't know how I would do that, but, you know, the offer's there.
Hey, that would be fantastic. Match is still in.
If you didn't need the chemistry, right? Mies are pretty good pitchers. Now that is a deep ball from Red Critter. And
it's slow, though. They might be able to get to it. Instead, it's going to be just barely off the wall.
Yeah, I was a little worried when I saw Drybones not running. But now it's bases loaded, nobody out, Fireball's down by 2. They could get back in the lead right now if a tired Green Magic Koopa. That's a pretty hard-hit ball from Hammer Bro. Gets to the warning track, Koopa's under it. But it is going to be a sac fly.
Red Toad's gonna... yeah, Red Toad is going to cross the plate.
Red Toad at least smart enough to tag up. We've had our questions about the AI in this game, but at the very least, they know what a sac fly is supposed to look like. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. Now we got Boomerang Bro jonesing for that homer.
And Green Magic Koopa...
He's going to be facing a fresh pitcher here.
Not interested in being the one to pitch. I suspect this is where Boo comes in, probably a little earlier than you would have liked. We may see another, Yep. Alright, this is where Boo comes in. I'm not going to ask if Magic Koopa stays at second, because they're pretty good there. I think that's a reasonable assumption. Star Boo is a 10 out of 10 pitcher. Can he show it here? You got 2 bros to get through. And Green Koopa's going to get under that one.
Yeah, that's one of the bros to get through.
Yep, you're really hoping Boo can get you past Fire Bro and into kind of the weaker section of the Fireballs lineup. There's no weak section of these batters, but definitely the front half is scarier than the back.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Dry Bones is going to get under that. Fireflower's just a little bit too late to assist there.
We are halfway through this game, and we've got 17 cumulative runs scored. How often do you hear that in regular baseball?
Not very often, that's for sure.
You don't really even
Especially
hear
in
it that
today's
often
game.
in the NSLB. This has been pretty impressive. Red Magic Koopa still
And
complaining and
Magic-
still staying in.
He's gonna be an innings eater, but he's gonna let you know he's not happy about it.
He just wants to be heard. Some folks ain't happy unless they ain't happy.
Thankfully, he's got a star shortstop behind him in Red Critter.
2 outs, nobody on for Bowser here. Looking for a solo
don't
shot.
pitch to Bowser when you're tired. Oh my god.
But Iris has
Thankfully
got
it
that
worked
one.
out.
Hot line drive. Boo item not out in time. Monster's going to be held scoreless for their second time in a row here. Fireball's got Red Magic Koopa, Iris, Mario batting. You're going to hope you can get out of this one if you're the Monsters and get back on the offensive side.
Yeah, that one's hanging in the air. Green Koopa can't quite get to it, though.
You've got some, you've got some good chemistry in the Monsters outfield, but they're not the fastest in the business. And as that Boo item manages to sneak that line drive past Green Koopa, we're looking at runners on second and third with no outs for the Fireballs already.
Yeah, thankfully a lot harder to double play here. Mario had better use a star swing here, that's all I can say. We're full up on the gauge.
Boo gonna use a star pitch. Mario gonna take it for contact. I guess just
and that
happy
should score too.
Yeah, you kind of wish Boo had kind of been there to relay that ball, I guess is probably the proper term. But instead it's going to roll past him and not fast enough to prevent this. And for the first time this game, the Fireballs are ahead now, 10-9.
Yeah, Red Toad's going to hit another single there. This is the weaker part of the lineup, still showing how strong it can be. Anyone on this team can hit singles, even Baby Daisy here.
Yeah, and if Baby Daisy manages to keep this one fair, Green Magic Koopa only going to make 1 out off that. Now it's a starred Red Critter up, runners on second and third with 1 out.
Yeah, even a sack fly scores at least 1 here.
And you're expecting more than that from a starred Red Critter, as he takes a massive drive at that one.
He should get here in time, and it is just an out.
Green Koopa really steps on the gas there.
Yeah, Toad was almost out at second. Waited really long to see if that ball was going to be caught. Understandably so. It's not every day you see someone get launched 40 feet into the air to make the out.
And the Monsters are on their 4th pitcher. Now things start to get a little confusing if you're the Monsters.
I'm really glad that this game has been exactly what I thought it was going to be.
It's been exciting for all of us who don't have a stake in it, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
If you're Zack or Iris, you've probably been sweating bullets a lot of tonight, but the rest of us are enjoying it.
It's quite possible the sweating hasn't stopped.
Yeah, I mean, if you're down 2 in a 9-11 game halfway through, clearly there's a lot of baseball left to be played.
Absolutely. And it is a little bit funny. In real life, I'm a pretty big fan of a pitcher's duel, but that is absolutely not the team I drafted here.
It's not the team the Monsters drafted either. And they've just about kept pace with you here, but your defense really turned it on in the 3rd, and so far it's been working out.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I think I value my team just a little bit more highly than the Monsters, but either way, I think it's close enough that, any game is probably decently close to a 50-50.
Zack unsure, gonna take Paratroopa instead. Who's gonna go to first? That's not a bad decision. You're right. You're keeping your outfield chemistry as best you can. Take a good look. Don't forget other substitutions can be made as we kind of go through this. But for now, I'm going to get this show back on the road, because First game was kind of short. This one's going to probably be a long one, just because of how long these innings are lasting.
Yeah, considering we're still in the halfway point of the game.
And Hammer Bro's going to hit another no-doubter home run.
Yeah, thankfully the dot matrix display is okay, even as that ball hit the scoreboard.
This is really a hitter's ballpark. I would expect them to have that thing reinforced.
One can only hope.
Boomerang Bro's got nobody on the base paths, but he does not want to be outdone. He is charging up big. Not going to make great contact on it, but going to make good enough to get through on the right side. Bowser.
Yeah, that one's going to sail just past Bowser. And we're going to have runners on the corner bases.
And on 2 outs, the fireballs are still going. Red Magic Koopa.
Red Match is up at the plate. Not the best power hitter, but can hit line drives pretty decently.
Definitely, this is the Monsters' best chance to shut things down. And Green Magic Koopa at second will.
Yeah, these matches have just been trading outs back and forth.
And there's your 5 spot from the Fireballs to answer in that second inning. Fireballs ahead by 4 now, 9-13, as the Monsters get into the top of the 5th. Line out from Red Paratroopa.
Red Match is so EP.
Red Magic Koopa reminding everybody that he doesn't really want to be on the mound still, but fine, whatever.
Yeah.
2 quick outs here. Magic Koopa to Magic Koopa. And a trickler into the infield. Firebirds fielding that one pretty quickly. And the Monsters off to a big start, but now starting to be reminded that this is a marathon, not a sprint. You can, in fact, play 3-inning games in this game, and if we had played 3 innings, Monsters would have won, but, you know, we got a whole 7 to play here. You've got to make sure everybody's got it in them to play the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. And Red Paratroopa, the 4th pitcher, is tired. Mario's showing bunt. What the fuck, Mario? Use a star swing, please.
This is probably just a sign of disrespect at this point.
It is going to go just foul, so Mario has to swing. He's not going to go bunt on 2 strikes.
He is not.
Thankfully, he did not.
Green Koopa
Hits a very nice single.
Makes an effort at that one, but not happening. Yeah, you know, Mario normally a pretty good sport, but against Bowser in his home stadium, even he's not immune to playing a little bit of cheeky baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Bases loaded,
and
no
now,
outs for Baby Daisy.
Yeah, that one just scrapes by Bowser as Daisy's about to hit into a double play here. I like the charge. Just get it out of the infield.
Charges, but still
she
doesn't
does not
get it out of the infield. Now, the Magic Koopa's super dive, it's got good range, but it does not... It's got good range, but it doesn't come out of the glove real quick. Magic, I guess, takes a lot out of a guy.
And now, after this substitution, more Monsters will have pitched this game than not pitched.
We're looking at our 5th. I know what I would do in this situation, but it is unfair of me to tell Zack, owner of the Monsters. I will give him some time on this one, though. I don't think anybody came into tonight expecting what's happened. So... Alright. Dry Bones or Green Dry Bones gonna pitch?
I have to assume it's the one currently on third.
I mean, it's possible, but Paratroop in the outfield would keep the chem, so it's not an unreasonable call either.
That's fair.
Yeah, we got Drybones on right and Greenbones on third. Okay,
Pair in outfield, okay.
Okay, so Drybones is going to go in, and then Bowser and Greenbone's going to swap places here.
That's kind of an interesting choice there.
We'll see what it does.
I can understand being frustrated with Bowser because he moves so slowly, but like being a big body is so nice. It's a bit of a trade-off.
Yeah, and this game is all about trade-offs now if you're the monsters. You're just trying to figure out how to make the most of this situation because Red Critter makes a deep drive and he is looking to put this game even further out of reach. Green Koopa's caught it, but it's still going to be a sack fly. And these teams were neck and neck earlier on, but the Fireballs are really starting to pull away now.
And that's just going to continue unless a really nice out there by Green Koopa, assist by East Zack. Trying to make a valiant effort to keep this game within 2 Grand Slams.
Manages to stop the bleeding, but the monsters just need to be there on offense. Red Magic Koopa still pitching, still tired, probably going to complain and then complete the inning anyway.
He's staying in.
You know, I mean, you can't argue with results, but I don't know how I feel about the attitude. If I was the owner of this team, I don't know how I'd be feeling about all the sass coming from the mound.
You have to imagine that's the end of Magic's day. No, he's staying in.
Not afraid of Green Koopa. But Green Koopa is going to get one into left field. Blue Noki staying aggressive on the base paths. I like it. Runners on the corners. 1 out for Green Drybones. Now he's done. Now things get a little interesting. Fireball's defense has been rock solid in this formation, but something's got to move.
Can I take a look at the different pitching stats?
Yeah. Well, Mario's ineligible because he's going to be tired again.
Yeah. Okay. Baby Daisy on the mound, and then put Madge at second.
Fire Bro gonna backstop?
Yeah.
Alright, Bro's at the back here.
I think this is what makes the most sense.
We shall see.
It's pretty scary to put my faith in the hands of Baby Daisy.
You are up 6, but with runners on the corners and 1 out, a good hit from Green Drybones here could keep things up. And he is going to get a line drive single. Not the flashiest thing he could have done. But you're on 1 out. You've got Zack and you've got Bowser up now. If East Zack does not double play, Bowser could really start the comeback. And he's going to have to. Unfortunately,
a pretty big worry. That is a double play. Thank God.
East Zack does line out into the double play. Red Critter, hard to get things past. And you were really praying for an error there to keep that momentum going, because now you've got to score at least 5 in the top of the 7th, if not more. Fireballs have yet to be shut out for an inning, so I would expect that lead to grow.
Yeah, just maybe half a foot from being a home run there. It just shows how crazy Boomerang Bro is. Line drives just become home runs.
Star pitch
Not
from
even
Drybones.
hit particularly high.
Fire Bro hits one out to the warning track, but Red Magic Koopa not fast enough with the error item to make a difference. 1 out, 1 on for Red Magic Koopa. Big swing and a miss at strike 1 from Drybones here.
decides to go for the ever reliable line drive there, and the bananas almost allow Boomerang Bro to make a play for third.
Iris has already had one 3-run shot today. Was showing charge on the first pitch, thinking about a second. Green Magic Koopa instead gonna make an out. You know, it's a shame, it really is. Him there at second. Those super dives you would expect to turn more double plays, but he's just been very reliable for 1 out so far. Also reliable for 1 out is Green Koopa in center. For the first time this game, the Fireballs do not put anything up. Bowser, Red Paratroopa, Boo, batting for the Monsters. Need 5 to keep this game going.
Yeah, and if you need 5, you need to see production from everyone. You know, Bowser gets a single there, and that's great. But this lineup just needs to keep moving.
Even Blue Noki can find him sometimes. Bowser's slow on the base paths, though. That's a very risky, a very close, nail-biting safe on second for Boo here.
And after, like, 3 at-bats, Baby Daisy's already tired.
Hey, man, you put a baby on the mound.
Yeah, that one's on me. Oh, my goodness.
That's a home run from Boo, of all players. Iris almost there in time, but I don't know, folks. They just didn't quite get under it. A little bit of a pathing issue. For one reason or another, much like last game, the outfield just doesn't jump. Now Baby Daisy's done.
Oh, God.
And the Fireball's also going on to their 5th pitcher.
4th.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
I've only had, yeah. Which Hammer Bro has the best pitching stat?
I believe that's Boomerang.
Okay, yeah. Put Boomerang on the mound and Baby Daisy back at catcher.
Firebro's gonna go to first here. Boomerang Bro, doing a head spin. Very impressive, but how's his pitching? Not good enough to prevent Green Magic Koopa from keeping this going with a double.
This is kind of a nightmare scenario here.
Things are getting heated up here. You've got a pretty good hitter in Dry Bones here. Showing bunt for reasons that are a mystery to perhaps anyone but him. Advances the runner, but you're in the top of the 7th. You really need everything you can get here.
And Dry Bones, just straight up a better hitter than Blue Noki, especially in the context where a 2-run home run would have tied the game.
Blue Noki pretty reliable, but line's out now. Now this is interesting, folks. We've got Green Koopa up, a man on third. A home run here ties this game and keeps things going. You've got Green Dry Bones up after this. If he can just get a base hit, he's got another good hitter up. But Red Critter's got that one at short. And it just doesn't happen. We were all hoping for a miracle, but hell, that game was exciting enough as it is. And you know what? If you're Zack, you're not expected to say, I put up 13 runs and I still lost. But you put up 13 runs. You know, your differential's not going to hurt from that, at least.
If I am not mistaken, Zack's 13 runs here would have been the most runs scored in a game.
Yes, that 13 could have gone against any other team in any other week so far and would have won. That was a hell of a game. It's, yeah, you know, Autumn mentioning here, random crits are tough. Random crits are, in fact, tough. But folks, I'm gonna need a breather here after all that. I am gonna put us on to our intermission. Normally we plan for game 3 to go at 8:30, but this one ran a little long thanks to all that hitting. So I will probably be back here at 8:30. But if Iris wants to wait till closer to 8:35, I don't mind.
I'll be back by 8:30.
All right, 7-minute intermission here. Stretch your legs, go grab a beer. They are not $10 here, and enjoy. I'll see y'all real soon. And all right, folks, hope you enjoyed that brief intermission brought to you by Kevin MacLeod, the only the only royalty-free music composer I know. We've got another game coming up here for you tonight. Daisy Flowers going to Wario City. This is these are teams. We've got Flowers kind of in the middle of the pack right now, high middle, but tied at 2-1 with a couple other teams. And the Muscles all the way down at the bottom, but they had a great week last week. I am not counting them out. Daisy Flowers are not making any changes here. They'll be starting off with catcher Monty Mole, as always. First base, Daisy. Left field, Yellow Toad. Center field, Rhiannon. Blue Critter is going to third base from first. So Daisy and Blue Critter have swapped bases in the field, but not in the batting order. Right fielder, Yellow Yoshi, getting the star. This Flowers outfield, very reliable. One of the best in the league for sure. Shortstop, Yellow Magic Koopa. Second baseman, Green Paratroopa. And Blooper, your starting pitcher for the second week in a row, going to be bringing up the rear of this order. Flowers, as a lot of us know already, a very exciting team to watch. Really focused on the small ball. Blue Critter definitely has it in him to put one over the wall, but he's about the only one on this team. For the most part, you get a lot of singles, a lot of doubles from the Flowers, and they've got a winning record, so it's worked so far. We'll have to find out if it does tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the home team here, Wario Muscles. Nate is looking to get his second win on the board. Wario at short. Yellow Shy Guy Starred is going to be manning right field. Waluigi will be at third base. Red Yoshi at second. KB taking the mound. Paragoomba will be at first. Yellow Pianta in left field. Pink Toad in center. And Nate at center field. I think this is going to be a pretty exciting one. I can really see this going either way.
Yeah, I mean that's the beauty of the NSLB, the beauty of Mario Super Sluggers is just about any game can go just about any way. But the only way to learn is by doing. So I am going to get us going here without further ado. King Boo starting. Erroneously started last week, but only threw one strike before we corrected it, so I'm not going to count that as him not getting a rest. And indeed, he seems pretty rested up, as that first one is a little grounder to Wario at short and a quick out. Daisy's going to line out to Red Yoshi for 2. Can Yellow Toad make it a 1-2-3? No, he's going to keep it alive here with a deep hit into left center. Yellow Toad on with a single, Rhiannon up to bat. Excellent line drive up the third base line. Single for Rhiannon, 2 bases for Yellow Toad. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. And Blue Critter, not who you want to see up in this situation if you're the Muscles.
Mm-hmm.
So far we've had one game that was a lot of nothing and one game that opened up way early. And this is going to look more like the second, as that is an RBI single for Blue Critter. Flowers on the board.
The Discord stream is struggling again.
Oh, I apologize. I'm not sure what to do about that now. I can give it a pause, reset it if you need me to.
Yeah, I guess turn it down to like 30 FPS maybe.
Alright. I'm going to let Yellow Yoshi hit this one. And it is a deep ball from Yellow Yoshi. And can you believe it, folks? Runners on the corners, 2 outs. We're still where we were a few batters ago, but now the Flowers have a couple more runs to their name. I'm going to give this a pause real quick while I reset for some technical difficulties. Whoop. God damn it. Alright, hold on. Alright, Wario's gonna record an out there from Yellow Magic Koopa. That is 2 for the Flowers in the top of the first. Wario Muscles going to try and answer with the top of their order. But first, I'm going to make sure these technical difficulties... once again, this stream not brought to you by Crash.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a pretty good connection to be able to stream to Twitch, YouTube, and Discord, so it makes sense.
I'm surprised it's worked as well as it has so far, but I think we're back. We are not changing the defense, that was just a buffer. Wario going to charge early on this first pitch from Blooper. Takes it, as the AI is generally smart enough to do. Swing and a miss at strike 2, though. And Blooper not going to get a strikeout here, but manages to induce some pretty weak contact there for a very easy ground out to Yellow Magic Koopa at short.
So now the Discord stream is just of the Dolphin menu.
We love it, folks. We love it.
You might have to switch the window, which you don't have to take down the stream for. There's just a button to switch it.
Always something, folks. I said this, I don't see it available. Because it says it's Dolphin.
Have you... Okay, well now you closed the stream.
I know, that was on purpose. Now see,
yeah,
it
the
says...
Twitch stream is going fine.
I mean, it says...
Have you tried clicking on the game?
I am currently clicked on the game.
Okay.
As a Yellow Shy Guy.
That's an issue, because it shows the menu, like, a bunch of the time, but...
I mean, it was showing the game at that time. Waluigi going to hit a single out into shallow left. I'm going to attempt to figure this out while we're going here, which is probably a little risky, but we're going to try it. Yeah, now the preview is showing the game when I click stream in Discord here.
Yeah, I don't know if you have to Alt-Tab into it or what.
I can give that a shot here. Red Yoshi, by the way, grounded out into a double play. Muscles not able to put anything up here. I have officially Alt-Tabbed into it. I don't know if that does anything.
No.
Alright, well...
Do you have it in full screen or windowed?
Windowed, but I've always had it in windowed. Alright, I hate to pause again, folks, but we're gonna go nuclear here. I think... I'm just gonna share the entire damn screen. And Blooper gonna line that one out to Wario short. That's fine. Iris can see all my other windows, know how the sausage is made. As long as y'all aren't and everything's going smoothly, I'm okay. Things not going as smoothly for the Flowers, though. Monty Mole gets a single, gets on first, but it's 1 on 2 outs for Daisy here. And King Boo lets some up early, but is doing a pretty good job of holding him now. That's a deep ball from Daisy, though. Yellow Pianta's trying for it, slows down, but he gets under Nate just in time for that rob. And that's the kind of... That's the kind of hit right there that really put the Muscles away when they were up against the Monarchs at home 2 weeks ago. So you're happy to see the defense cover it this time around. As long as we're making sausage and not scrapple, August will stay, says Zack. Yeah, well, August's a Jersey boy. He doesn't have taste. King Boo hitting one long, pulls foul at the last possible second. Still charging up, though. He wants it. And on a 1-3 count here, swing and a miss on that outside one. Gonna go contact on the full count here. Yellow Toad's underneath it. That's 1 out. Paragoomba, you're not expecting much out of, but you'd love to see him surprise you. He does not.
Yeah, it's going to bring this inning down to Yellow Pianta. Very capable of hitting a solo shot here.
We've seen some 2-out rallies, but we will not today. Yellow Yoshi avoids the bananas, manages to alley-oop that one to Rhiannon in center. So the Muscles are held scoreless yet again. We are 2-0 in the top of the third. Bit of a far cry from 9-6. But we've still got a good game going here as Yellow Toad starts things off with a single. Wario's got a good jump at short, though. Rhiannon lines out into a double play. 2 outs, nobody on for Blue Critter, who hits a deep line drive into center to keep things going. A lot has happened on 2 outs in these games. Unfortunately, this is not going to be one. Yellow Yoshi grounds that one out to Wario at short, who, as we've said before, you know, I'm actually surprisingly happy with Wario at short, but keep him off the mound.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a rough experience.
Purple Toad gonna hit a trickler to Yellow Magic Koopa at short. Nate, who was really the hero of last game, 1 out, nobody on. Gonna charge on Blooper's star changeup. The wind-up on that bomb, unfortunately, too slow to mess up Paratroopa at second. You know, that star changeup from Blooper has a hell of a wait time on it. Reminds me of that exhibition match game from Rhythm Heaven.
I can't say I've played Rhythm Heaven, unfortunately.
Good game. They're coming out with a new one.
Shy Guy's gonna line a ball into right center field, allowing Wario to advance all the way to third. While Luigi's up, he's got that chem from Wario.
He does. Now, Waluigi...
Can he make something happen here?
Waluigi, a terrible power hitter, but an excellent contact hitter. You can at least see him load the bases here and keep things going. Likely to use a star here. Does the RNG on the bounce work? It does. Yellow Magic Koopa not sure how to field that one. Yellow Shy Guy gonna go all the way here. I think what happened there, folks, is the ball... We can see it here in the replay. So the ball gets past Yellow Magic Koopa on the bounce, and then gets caught on the arrow, forcing him to take his time to make a super dive instead of grabbing it normally. And that wastes just enough time for Yellow Shy Guy to cross the plate. We're tied at 2-2 now. Man on first, 2 outs for Red Yoshi batting for the Muscles. Has not done much yet today. Can he keep it alive? Whoop. I have not clicked on the game in a while. But no, he cannot. So we are all tied up at 2 in the top of the fourth. Yellow Magic Koopa, Paratroopa, and Blooper batting for the Flowers now. King Boo's still on the mound. This is usually about the point where he starts getting tired. If you see him get through the fourth, you're pretty happy. Well, announcer's curse. King Boo is getting tired, but he's going to stay in with 1 out, nobody on for Green Paratroopa. Second one, though, gets over Wario's head for a single. You know, I'm the announcer. I know these players. I know what I'm doing. I expected it, you know, Autumn? Red Yoshi gonna make an error at second here. And Green Paratroopa really should have run. Gets in a pickle. That hesitation, he tried to turn around and go back for second. Didn't realize Red Yoshi had made an error. And if you're the Muscles, you love to see yourself not punished. But Daisy's got some power in her. 2 on, 2 out. That's a deep ball. But it's higher than it is long. Gonna be caught at the warning track by Nate. Muscles batting King Boo, Paragoomba, Yellow Pianta here. All tied up in the bottom of the 4th. Blooper is done. I'm pretty sure I have a pitching order from Rhiannon. I'm going to take a look here. I'm also going to take this moment to say, Wario City, good music. I like this. I like this track.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of the better ones in the game for sure.
The Sluggers fan club channel is not a fan. They claim the instruments sound too MIDI, but I don't care. And we do have
no respect for art.
We do have an order here. So Daisy coming in next. Yellow Magic Koopa gonna close if needed. But Blooper's made it about half this game. I expect Daisy to do the same. Not every game has to have 4 and 5 pitchers. Blooper good at first base as well as on the mound. Manages to grab a hot one from King Boo. After that out from Paragoomba, it is 2 outs, nobody on for Yellow Pianta here. Looks at strike 1, looks at strike 2. Strike 3 is caught by Yellow Magic Koopa at short. King Boo tired, but staying in long enough to pitch to Yellow Toad here. It's a long one. It looks like it's going over, but it's pretty slow. Nate's got that. You know, we've got, I believe just about half this league has Mii's in center field. The Muscles have a Mii in center field. The Flowers have a Mii in center field. The Fireballs and the Knights. And the Monarchs. And they're all showing why they like to play there, right there. Weak contact from Blue Critter gonna end the inning here. King Boo tired, but survives one more. Muscles batting Purple Toad, Nate, Wario. Iris, you still with us? I'm sorry if I've been talking over you.
Yes.
Okay.
I am. You're good.
Just yell at me if you got something to say. I don't mind.
You're all good.
Man on first, no outs for Nate. Takes charge on that one. It's a good line drive. And the Boo item just confuses Rhiannon in time. That's runners on the corners with no outs for the Muscles here. Started this game behind.
Wario's a great guy to see up at the plate in this situation, too.
Started this game behind. Got it all tied up about halfway through. Can they pull ahead? Looks at the first 2. Daisy gives him the off-speed for strike 3, and that gets down. This game is now 2-3 Muscles.
Yeah, 5 innings in, I think you're really happy to be, I believe, in the lead for the first time this game, even even a Shy Guy there hits into a double play.
Shy Guy does hit into a double play, but with a man on third and a full roster of stars from both sides, I expect Waluigi to use one. Daisy decides to first, and Waluigi does not, perhaps to his mistake, as Yellow Magic Koopa not letting another hit from Waluigi get by him. Daisy not terribly happy to have let one up. But we've seen a lot worse in this league. Hell, we've seen worse last game. Top of the 6th here. Yellow Yoshi gets one into Waluigi's glove pretty quickly there for the first out. King Boo's still tired, trying to stay up there. Flowers are in their second to last chance to score and keep this game going. We do not see a lot of bottoms of the 7th in this league. And as Yellow Magic Koopa pulls that one just a little bit to the left of the foul pole, we still might not. But he does get on with a single. Not as flashy, but it does what it needs to. Now King Boo's done. Once again.
Yeah, really nice outing from him.
Yeah, you're not going to see a complete game out of King Boo, I don't think, at any point in this league. I would be pretty surprised, but if you can get through a full 4, you're doing pretty good. So to get through 5 1/3, you're not unhappy with that.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, so we are going to be pitching Waluigi next. Also not known for his stamina, but likely to be good enough to get through just 1 2/3 here.
Yeah, and showing off some pretty nice curve on these pitches.
Gonna throw the liar ball. Paratroopa not fooled. Gets it down for a single. Good way to waste a star, for sure. Didn't work last time. Waluigi gonna see if Blooper any easier to fool. Takes it, and we are out of stars on the muscle side, so he's got to start throwing them normally now.
Yeah, and I realize it's pretty hard to react to that arrow, but it would have been nice to see Yellow Match start rounding the base paths.
I think the arrow kind of preserves the momentum that went into it, so it didn't move the ball very far at that point. Wario makes an excellent dive at short, turns the double play, just a quick little underhanded toss to Red Yoshi on the bag at second there. Definitely gets the muscles out of what looked like it could have been a scary situation. Although we are heartbroken to see our man Monty Mole not delivering today as he has in previous weeks.
Yeah, you know, if you're in and you're hoping this isn't the beginning of regression to the mean.
Yeah, we're only a quarter of the way through the season so far, folks. Definitely still some beginner's luck could be happening. Now, King Boo, that one looked like it was going to stay fair, but it curved kind of sharply at the end. If you're in the muscles, you're really looking to put on some insurance, but with a second out to Yellow Magic Koopa at short, who's really showing off the range of that super dive, it may be slow to leave the glove. You're not going to get a lot of double plays off of it, but boy, you can't put it anywhere near that guy.
And Paragoomba, of all people, almost hits it out of the park. Rhiannon and Yellow Yoshi were kind of clipping into each other a little bit there, but make the play just in time.
Just vibrating with excitement at the prospect of robbing Paragoomba's one chance to be useful. Top of the 7th here, Flowers down by 1. Daisy pre-charges for that one, but decides to take the off-speed. when you charge up too early and then take those swings, you really lose a lot of the power you had all wound up in you. Yellow Toad gonna show her how it's done by timing that a little better. Unfortunately, Yellow Pianta and Nate are under it, and just like that, the Flowers are down to their last out.
Yeah, and we've got some really, really yellow outfields here. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is funny.
I quite like the color.
The Wario team tends to work best with yellow chem. Daisy, unfortunately, one of the captains saddled with just terrible chemistry. Orange is a color that you really can't get much use out of in Mii's. And as I'm talking about Mii color chem, the game is quickly ended here. Muscle's going to win this one at home 2-3. That is their second win in a row. They go to 3-2, or 2-3. And you love to see it for him, you really do.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that does it bring both teams to 2-3, or did Rhiannon have a week off?
Rhiannon has had a bye, so the Flowers are going to drop to 2-2. The Muscle's going to go up to 2-3. It's a tight game,
Yeah.
and they're going to be tight in the standings.
This could be the start of something big for Nate, too.
Autumn might have some belief in you, too. Looking forward to seeing the Muscles in the finals. I don't know if I'm as confident as Iris to say that I think they're going to be in it, but I'm not ruling them out, not at all. If they want to make a dive for that last spot, this is the way to do it. You don't have to win them by a lot. Hell, last game was 15-13. The run differential on last game and this game only going to be one different for all the teams involved. Don't have to do anything flashy. You just got to win them.
Absolutely.
And just like that, folks, we're about on time. I believe I have the last game scheduled for 9. Which is going to be the Bowser Jr. Rookies, owner August, going to DK Jungle. Calvin, owner of the DK Wilds, dealing with a bizarre Panera fraud incident. Oh dear. I've never been gripped by the need to pay $8 for a sandwich, so I can't say I'm terribly familiar.
Yeah, interesting. I've paid much more than $8 for a sandwich and been quite happy in the past. I know it's a little bit of a tourist trap in a sense, but like Katz's up in New York really does deserve its reputation.
Yeah, but
Even if it's a very expensive sandwich,
Panera
it's
bread
worth it.
Panera bread is no Katz's.
No, Panera bread kind of. I'm not gonna say it's ass, but I don't think it's very good.
I mean, they're not going to sponsor us. Say what you want. No sponsors for the NSLB yet. Although maybe if I send in enough tabs from these Labots, they'll think about it.
Yeah, there you go.
But for now, we've got one more game for everybody tonight here. It's been a great week so far, sans some brief technical difficulties. And it is the Rookies going to the jungle. Bowser Jr. Rookies making a few changes, not as many as the Wilds, but they are going to be having center fielder Bowser Jr. starting the batting order. August really has been trying to keep Bowser Jr., the captain, off the mound. I don't blame him. The times that Bowser Jr. has pitched, he has not done particularly well. So if you want to keep him out in center field, that's the beauty of this. We can at least tell the AI what to do a little. Can't tell it what to do on the base paths yet, though, as much as we'd like to. Red Koopa keeps his star, but moves away from second base into right field this time around. Darkbones, first baseman batting third. King K. Rool catcher in fourth. Shortstop Critter in fifth. Definitely the section of the Rookies lineup you got to be most worried about. Goomba going to stay at third base. August going to left field. Magikoopa playing second. And that means Baby Peach, your starting pitcher for the Rookies, second week in a row, had a bit of a tough outing last week. But things can change pretty drastically in this league, and August has faith in her. It's good. You wanna support the youth. You really wanna raise them up. Or yeah, you can say child labor is back. I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but you did choose to run a rookies team.
Yeah, we'll have to see as they go up against the DK Wilds. Leading off is Tiny Kong, who is going to be out in right field, followed up by Diddy out in left. Donkey Kong will be taking the mound. Dixie's going to be out there in center. Calvin at third base. A starred baby Luigi, surprise fan favorite, going to be back at a as classic position of shortstop. Baby DK at first. Baby Mario catching, and Blue, the B, unfortunately not standing for Baby Yoshi, over at second base.
Baby Yoshi be a hell of a pull for how many Yoshis they've already got, but I would be there for it.
Yeah, would be a little bit strange considering the game that has the babies is a game where we already see a fully grown Yoshi. So
Dixie Kong is off second base. We've got a lot of changes for the Wilds. Yet again, Calvin, an owner who's never been afraid to switch things up. We've got a lot of Kongs batting early on now. Calvin moving back in the order a little bit here. Kong's all in the outfield. Calvin changing his jersey to dark green this week, which will give him chemistry with Baby Luigi. Baby Luigi, it's just hard not to love him. I don't blame the guy. The back half of their lineup, a little closer to as it was. Baby Mario's still going to catch. He's doing the least damage out there. Blue Yoshi going to stay at second. But yeah, there's a lot of changes going on for the Wilds. They've been a very mixed team so far, looking to find their identity. I think they might finally have it. Calvin's put some work into this one.
yeah, I don't really have any complaints with this lineup. So
Well, we will have to
I
see if they
am excited to see what they do here.
we will have to see if they found it in time for the rookies, who seem to be pretty reliable. Let's go to the jungle and see what's happening. And a result of these lineups, we've got a captain's duel right out the gate.
It makes sense.
It does indeed, and it might set the tone for this game. Bowser Jr. going to put one out into left for a single. Diddy Kong gets smacked by a flaming barrel. DK Jungle at nighttime is a pretty hazardous stage as stages go. And Blue Yoshi bobbles that at second to get Green Koopa on. The Red Koopa.
There is a reason we only play these games 1 week rather than the MLB tradition of nearly every day. And that's because our players are just receiving constant injuries. They're having their bodies beaten up by flaming barrels and bombs and fireballs. And because of the route, our outfielders had to do a buddy jump.
Yeah,
but they do manage to get the out.
Darkbones tries to place that one very smartly. Not out of the stadium, but looking for kind of an inside the Parker. But Dixie Kong, Diddy Kong, our dynamic duo from the best Donkey... No, wait. Yes, from the best Donkey Kong Country game, right? That was Dixie and Diddy.
What? In Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest?
Yeah. Yeah, because the first game is Donkey Kong Diddy Kong, then it's Diddy Kong Dixie Kong, and then it's Dixie Kong Kitty Kong?
In DKC3?
Yeah. All against, the Critters here, who are batting right now for the rookies. Unfortunately, Green Critter uses a Star Swing, and Dixie Kong has it, but the force of impact stalls her from throwing enough to get one in. The Wilds are past the most dangerous part of the rookies' lineup now, with runners on first and second with 2 outs for Goomba. Who falls for the barrel pitch, and DK does not have to step off the mound to grab that one. Just one run for the rookies here in the top of the first. Certainly, you want to get started with something on the board, but I don't need to tell you that one run doesn't mean a lot yet in this game. Now, Tiny Kong drives that one to the warning track. That's kind of what I was talking about earlier. She charged up for that one very early, and had she timed her power hit a little better, I think that would have had the distance. Instead, it was a long fly out. Diddy Kong, though, is going to get somebody on base for the Wilds, which is good. You want somebody on base for Donkey Kong.
Yeah, Donkey Kong here just kind of hit long single, but long enough to advance Diddy Kong to third base. Very nice. And we got an RBI chance with Dixie up at the plate. Not your first choice and who you'd want to see, but she's definitely capable of hitting singles here. Even capable of hitting home runs, once in a blue moon, as she is charging up.
Dixie Kong actually hit a home run in this stadium week 1. Has not been much on the mound since, or not much at the plate since, and is not today with a line out into a double play. Magic Koopa's got that. But she is capable, and we've got 6 more innings for her to show it. But yeah, this is a bit of a rivalry game, as some people are pointing out. We've got the Kongs and the Babies versus the Critters and some of Bowser's minions.
Yeah, it's cool to see these rivalries sort of shake out.
August hits a line drive up the first base line, but it is grabbed for the first out. Blue Magic Koopa showing charge. Places that one very well in center left. Dixie Kong's almost under it. Dixie Kong, Diddy Kong just gonna watch the ball. And so is Magic Koopa as he refuses to run. I guess it's all a wash. Baby Peach hits a trickler up the middle, but it does sneak by.
I just like...
This stadium...
Some say the ball's still sitting out there in center field to this day.
This stadium causes such pathing issues. Blue Yoshi not wanting to deal with any pathing issues makes a very good, 4-6 double play? Yes.
For
yes,
second
5,
to short?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because 5 is third for some reason.
That's because originally the shortstop used to be between the infield and the outfield. Used to play like what we would now call shallow outfield is where they would stand.
Gotcha. Better to have them where they are now, as Green Critter demonstrates with an excellent dive for the first out here. Baby Peach pitching to Baby Luigi. 2 strikes.
I think it was Honus Wagner who really brought about that change. To start playing a closer to the infield shortstop.
Now, far be it from me to question the baseball queen here, but I must ask, as Baby DK lines one out to Green Critter at short. Is it pronounced Onus or is it pronounced Honus? Because I believe I read a fictional book where he came to life one time, where somebody got transported back in baseball time, and supposedly it rhymes with honest. But it was a fictional book, so...
It's Honus Wagner.
Okay. Man, I can't believe literature would lie to me. Don't read books, kids. That's the lesson to take from this.
True.
Just watch baseball.
Mm-hmm. Also, fun fact, there is the one Honus Wagner baseball card is the most valuable card in the world. It's not the highest sale for any baseball card ever. There was like a really high quality Mickey Mantle that has been sold for more money, but there are 3 known Honus Wagner cards that when they do go on sale again, they will absolutely break records.
I mean, he was a hell of a baseball player, and we've got some hell of a baseball players here at the jungle. Darkbone's got a single there. So it is 1 out, 1 on. Donkey Kong pitching to King K. Rool, a rivalry here to beat the band. And K. Rool hits a deep one. Bounces off the wall at the back. Darkbones changes his mind about going for third. Donkey Kong gonna see if he can't get Critter with a barrel pitch. Critter hits that one pretty darn deep. Dixie Kong is under it, and neither of the base runners tag up. But I gotta be honest, that was a really good hit for a barrel pitch. I'm impressed despite the outcome. You know, a lot of those barrel pitches barely get out of the infield, and it was almost all the way at the wall. Unfortunately, Goomba is also going to line out in a less impressive fashion. And this game,
it's something of a Goomba specialty.
This game's starting to look like our first game again. Tight defense from both sides here. We are 1-0, rookies leading in the bottom of the third. Tiny Kong up to bat with 1 out. Fireball item from the chemistry gets in the way of Critter. And you have to know Diddy Kong, who was holding that, really enjoyed using that item. You know, due to the roulette, as Diddy Kong knocks that one into right center for a single. There is some strategy to taking strikes to get a better item from the chemistry. I don't know if the CPU does that or not. It could explain why they go looking on some of these. Not going to go looking on that one is Donkey Kong, who hits a 3-run shot for the go-ahead. August and Bowser Jr. make a valiant effort. They don't get tripped up by the roots, but that ball is just crushed. And Baby Peach was tired just before that pitch. If you had pulled her one batter sooner, you might not be here.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I support walking DK every single at-bat, but I understand how much scarier that is when it means it's going to be loading the bases.
If you were pitching, we'd be walking at least one batter on every team, I think.
Probably just like Bowser, DK, and PD.
Now, I know August is here, but I also think he sent me a pitching order, so I'm going to look at that real quick. Magic Koopa. You have, oh yeah, what's my order? So you have Baby Peach, Magic Koopa, and then me. But, you know, if you want to change that, you can. If you want to do this and then make a different substitution, you also can. And listen to some classic DK Jungle music. It's not exactly Island Swing, but it's got the vibes. This is fine. Famous last words, spoken in the middle of a raging fire. Magic Koopa gonna give Dixie Kong a quick line out to Critter. Calvin, as we see now, sporting green. Baby Luigi up with the chemistry item.
Yeah, Calvin's got to be pretty happy here to see his team ahead.
Gotta be even happier
and he's got to be
to see a frankly bullshit home run. Red Koopa.
That has to be a ground rule double.
That
or
absolutely
a ball
should have been
play.
that absolutely should have been a ground rule double. But Lakitu, perhaps out of spite, decides to really rub salt in the wound of Red Koopa there, who, despite the star, makes an error. Not making an error is Green Critter. Calvin, owner of the Wilds, readily admitting that that was bullshit, but, gonna take it. Rookie's now down by 3 in the top of the 4th. DK still on the mound, throwing a lot of barrel pitches, and batters just keep falling for him. Not every captain, as Magic Koopa lines that one out to Blue Yoshi at second, not every captain is equal in the pitching department. Donkey Kong does not have the highest stat, but man, he's really got it locked down.
Yeah, so from everything I can see online, it really should be scored as a 4-base error.
Oh, okay.
But
I mean, I guess
it's complicated.
Certainly, ground rule double would have hurt a lot less. Though it was just a solo shot.
I guess if it bounces off a fielder's glove, it is still considered in play, right?
Right.
And so...
if you can alley-oop it to another fielder and it counts as an out, then you can alley-oop it out and it counts as a homer.
Yeah. But whether it should be... I mean, the game doesn't have text for errors, so I guess, of course, it would call it a home run. It's just kind of a weird situation as Baby Peach makes a very nice double play there.
Yeah, bad chemistry with Dark Bones. He's a pretty scary guy. But, she does manage to make the throw. Zack, owner of the Monsters, mentioning it'd be good for a highlight reel. Probably would, but if we want highlight reels, I may have to foist that onto one of you folks. I've got a lot right now on my plate running this. But if anybody wants to start clipping, let me know.
There is a clip feature within Twitch as well. So if you see any moment that you like and you want to share with your friends, you can clip it.
I'll make a channel for it on the Discord, which should be in the description for anybody not there. Donkey Kong finally starting to get tired in the top of the 5th here, but still pitching. Blue Yoshi's on top of that hit.
Calvin, I will hold you to that. If you don't make good on this promise, I know where you live.
Darkbone's trying to keep the rookies in this with a deep one. It does stay fair thanks to a particularly thick foul pole in the jungle here. That would have flown left to the foul pole in any other stadium, but here, hits it counts.
DK Jungle is one of those stadiums where you look at it and you say, why?
Yeah, it was certainly strange to make this into a stadium and not bother cleaning up the tree roots or the strange walls or any damn thing.
Absolutely, it's almost as strange as Tropicana Field. Ha ha ha.
I am not seeing a pitching order from Calvin, but I know he's here. I guess it's time for Diddy on the mound. That makes sense. Diddy Kong been a very good reliever for the Wilds. I'm still impressed by his performance against Bowser, as I mentioned earlier tonight. I'm going to give Calvin just a minute to mention any other changes, although we do still have outfield chemistry, so that's not as much a concern. Oh boy. Tell you what, I'm a little, I think it's fine, probably, hopefully. Probably, hopefully is my favorite kind of confidence.
Absolutely.
This is another terrifying batter for Diddy Kong to be up against. He does not handle it as well as he handled Bowser, though. That ball was nuked. That was gone. I've said it a few other times in the NSLB. There was not an outfield in this league that was getting to that one. That's two solo
and
shots
not
in
an
a row
outfield
from
in
the
this league
rookies.
that would have prevented that from getting out.
But after two solo shots from the rookies, Green Critter cannot put up a third to tie it. They are down by 1 now going into the bottom of the 5th. Wild's at the top of their order. Tiny Kong, Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong up to bat. Excuse me.
And you know, if you're Calvin, you just really have to hope that you preserve this lead, that you're not gonna lose out this game to that home run allowing error.
Well, at minimum, the Wilds have to face 6 more batters, so they could prevent that part of the order from getting up again if they play perfectly. Donkey Kong gonna put some insurance on here. You know, certainly not hit quite as hard as King K rules, but definitely an answer to what just happened. Two outs now as a tired Magic Koopa pitches to Dixie Kong, who gets one up the middle. The inning continues with the Wilds at bat. Calvin gets one down, and the error item, Dixie Kong, again, these runners, they try to go for third, and they just change their mind. You've got to commit, folks. Can't be hesitating in this league. Rookie's got 2 more chances to put something on the board. But Goomba makes the fatal error of hitting it to Baby Luigi. Can't be doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
August gets one up the middle here. And it is 1 out, man on first for Magic Koopa. Diddy Kong still pitching, likely to close the game out at this rate. He will get a little tired out from that banana ball, but Magic Koopa gets contact on it. Just not good enough contact to make it a tough ball to field.
Yeah. One last chance lies in the hands of Baby Daisy here. Diddy Kong's ready to leave it all on the mound. Baby Daisy swings. Baby Luigi shows you what he's made of. Ends the game with a beautiful diving catch.
That is Baby Peach, and we are in the 6th inning. Which one of us has been drinking? Bottom of the 6th.
I have my own vices.
Bottom of the 6th. Baby Luigi up to bat. Rookie's down by 2. Wilds on a weaker part of their order, trying to put some insurance in. Baby Peach has that one. Yeah, Calvin's happy for you to be counting August out already, but we've got to see as Baby Peach records 2 outs at second base very quickly here.
Yeah, look, it's hard to count to 7. It's not like counting to 9, which is easy.
You are certainly more used to 9-inning games as someone who watches the actual sport. Quick ground out from Baby Mario. The rookie's defense does what it needs to that inning, but can their offense? This is their last chance, and they are back at the top. Bowser Jr., Red Koopa, I always forget, and Dark Bones. If you're the Wilds, you want to record these first 2 real quick, because Dark Bones, K-Rool, Green Critter absolutely has what it takes to tie this up. 2 strikes and the
Diddy
banana
Kong
ball.
now is going to leave it all on the mound. Does the rare 3rd strike star pitch, that actually makes a lot of sense.
And secures the strikeout with it. The banana pitch, not impossible to hit, but Bowser Jr. just can't find it. Tongue catch from Blue Yoshi, and what I tell you, if you're the Wilds, this is what you want to see. They could still hit 3 back-to-back solo shots. Darkbone's certainly trying. Has the power, but can't keep it in fair territory. Contact on the second one does get down. You know, the rookies could put up 3 on 2 outs and take the lead here.
And King K. Rool, he's one of the guys to do it.
Yeah, we don't see him charging up on that first strike, though. Oh, but the off-speed lets it go. Rookies down to their last strike. Off-speed again.
Oh,
Absolutely
my goodness.
Blasted. Does it stay fair?
Dixie's
it
running
does.
over. It might just hit foul, but it hits the enormous foul pole. That's a 2-run home run. Critter's going to be up at the plate with 2 outs, nobody on base, trying to make magic happen here, keep this team's chances alive.
They are tied up, so if the rookies' defense does what it needs to, we're at least going into extras here. We will see a bottom of the 7th. And Diddy Kong
kind
again.
of interesting. I really wanted to see Critter try and go for the home run there. You don't want to see Goomba up at the plate here, but we also don't want to see Diddy here on the mound for these monkeys.
Yeah, you know, Diddy Kong was doing such a good job, and then he started throwing all these slow balls, and you do not give the slow ball to your outfield, or to your power hitters, excuse me. No reusing pitchers, because they will not last long enough to get through it before calling for another timeout. We want to keep the pace of things going. So what's your backup plan? Tiny Kong. Tiny Kong, a very all-round kind of player.
It's very nice keeping the chemistry alive in the outfield as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're missing Funky Kong, but aside from that, this really is the quintessential Kongs team. You got the Kongs, you got a baby or two, you got the Yoshi.
And you got a Goomba on base.
And you got a Goomba on base for August, who's been pretty mixed, as a lot of the Miis are. Certainly not the worst Mii in the league. With 2 on 2 outs. Can he deliver?
This captain has a chance to go ahead. Lines out to Baby Luigi. But the team is still alive. We're going to the bottom of the 7th.
We are going to the bottom of the 7th. You can't give him to Baby Luigi. I don't know what to tell you. He's a monster out there in the infield. Blue Yoshi takes a big charge at that one, but it doesn't actually go very far. One out, 1 on for Diddy Kong here. Magic Koopa's been tired for a while, but he's staying in. Really is the Magic Koopa's MO. We saw it from Green Magic Koopa on the Monsters last week, Red Magic Koopa for the Fireballs today. They just love to complain. But they deliver. And
yeah, at the same time, they love to stay in way longer than they should. Keep on volunteering.
oh god, no. Tired Magic Koopa gave Donkey Kong the off-speed. I cannot believe the game didn't end right there. And neither can Magic Koopa, who is thanking his lucky stars he squeaked by on that one. Now, the rookie's original pitching order would be calling for August right now. Who says, damn it, damn it, damn it. Well, you know, you're not out of this. It's a tight spot. Both owners utterly terrified. I love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, it would be so easy to hit into a double play here. So
as the man sitting in the catbird seat, as it were, Bowser Jr., who I've been teasing for being allergic to the mound here. Do we have? I see not done. Do we have other substitutions getting ready to happen? Magic Koopa gonna go to right. Koopa gonna go to second. Things are wild right now. We are seeing a big shuffle.
And how appropriate for things to be wild against this team.
Okay, wait, no. Koopa goes back to center. Baby Pratch stays on second.
Yeah, you know, Baby Pratch is just... She just feels at home over there.
You sure that's not Baby Daisy?
I was thinking it might actually be Baby Rosa.
Alright, good stay. You know, I actually think, just while we're waiting for confirmation from August that we're all finished up here, I'm kind of surprised that we have not had a Baby Pauline yet. I guess kind of the era when Pauline became a character, and the era when the babies were characters kind of missed each other. Alright, well we have Wait My Chemistry followed by Fuck It, We'll Do It Live. In the immortal words of Bill O'Reilly, we'll do it live. Oh yeah, DK Bonanza. Thank you, I forgot. I don't own a Switch, alright? Two paintballs from Bowser Jr. for two quick strikes. Gives her the slow ball inside for the third. And Baby Pratch manages to keep that one alive for Magic Koopa and right. Bases loaded, 2 outs, tied up, bottom of the 7th. The owner up to bat for the Wilds. No one else to blame for this ground out. And I can't believe it, folks. We are playing 4 games a week. And for the first time, at the end of week 5, we're going to extras. We have not gone to extra innings yet, but we are now for the last game of the night here. DK Jungle at night. Tiny Kong pitching to Magic Koopa. Somebody's got to do something. But it is not Magic Koopa, who does not have what it takes to get that out. Time to see what Baby Pratch has in her. And that is what she's going to be called for the rest of this game. But you know it. You know, I'm happy to see it. Baby Luigi had a bit of a rough week last week, I think, but he's really been... He's been the Baby Luigi we all know and love at short right now, as the rookies get shut down in the 8th. Wild's batting Baby Luigi, Baby DK, Baby Mario. Not the part of their order I'm the most scared of, but Lord knows anything's possible. Paintball from Bowser Jr. is swung on. Gets to Baby Pratch at second. Green Critter makes an... He makes a dive, but he bobbles it, and the boo item keeps things, confused enough in the outfield for a single. Unfortunately, with 1 on and 1 out, Baby Mario has every opportunity to get into a double play here and bring us to 9. Calvin, owner of the Wilds.
He's looking to make some magic happen, though. On 2 strikes, it's a little bit rougher.
Baby Peach just misses
just
it.
Past Baby Peach. Baby DK, what the fuck?
I think the shell hit him. I think we had a little bit of friendly fire happening.
Oh. That's...
Yeah, so Baby DK
really
was
awkward.
running, and the shell error item hit both Baby DK on the base pads and second baseman Baby Peach. But Blue Yoshi gonna keep things going here. RBI chance for...
And Tiny Kong, she's our leadoff hitter. She could be our walk-off hitter, too. Will not
Instead,
quite, but she is going to hit a single. Load the bases.
Keeps us in suspense a moment longer. This game ends with Diddy Kong... Well, This inning ends with Diddy Kong no matter what. You've got Donkey Kong up next, but we're not going to see him. On 2 outs with the bases loaded, either the Wilds walk this one off, or we go to 9. And we go to 9 as Baby Pratch has it at second.
Yeah, just incredibly frustrating now. That green shell base running error.
I have it on good authority that these games end at 10. I was not expecting to ever rack up a tie in the league here, but we might. Although Star Red Koopa gonna get a leadoff single here for the rookies and try and keep that from happening. Wouldn't it be just my luck if the rookies score one here and then the Wilds score one and we just get a tie at 6-6?
That would be incredible.
Rookie's not going to score with base running like that, though. Red Koopa does not manage to get to second in time. 1 on, though. King K. Rool has hit so many runs in today. Does not there. But he doesn't get an out either. And so it's up to Critter now with 2 on and 1 out to put on the insurance that the rookies need to make sure the Wilds cannot come back when we get to the bottom. Oh, but a lousy hit. And
Gonna be a very
rare 5-3.
Very interesting. You don't see it too often. Corner bases 5-2 double play. You don't usually see the outs made at third and first.
5-3, if I'm not mistaken.
5-3, excuse me. Yeah, 2 as catcher.
That would be a hell of a double play, third base to catcher. I couldn't tell you the last
It does
time.
happen.
Oh, I'm sure it does, but I couldn't tell you the last time I saw it. Now, the utterly terrifying...
That would be like a bases loaded bunt. You could see that.
Oh, the utterly terrifying Donkey Kong hits the walk-off. There it is. This game's kept in suspense for so long. And you know what? Something that you don't see happen very often in this stadium, the Donkey Kong statue pounding on the bongos in the back there actually causes an earthquake that prevents Red Koopa from getting to it as he trips up. Now, I don't think that he was going to... I don't think that he was going to get it anyway. Donkey Kong the MVP of that game.
No doubt about it.
Not at all.
Interesting seeing that home field advantage there, though. The very landscape itself being biased towards the home team.
Yeah, it was a hell of a thing. I did play 1 or 2 games here just to let it play out, see how things work. And that earthquake effect, I don't know what causes it, but it happened a lot more frequently in my practices. But although I don't know it would have made a difference here, it definitely came in where it counted to make sure that the Wilds can stay on the right side of the order as they go to 3-2 this week. I believe they go to 3 yes, they go to 3-2 this week.
Very nice. Yeah. 4 really exciting games there.
Yeah, I think probably 3 exciting games there. I'm not sure, even as the owner and being happy with it. Knights Monarchs game, a little quiet, a little bit of a warm-up, but boy, that home run derby at the second, tight back and forth for the third, and dragging us into extras for the fourth. I have been happy with this week for sure.
Yeah, it's a good week to be a fan of Mario Baseball.
Every week's a good week to be a fan of Mario Baseball, except for the next 2, because, as you folks may be aware, we play on Wednesdays, and Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve are the next Wednesdays. We did discuss, briefly, the possibility of a different day of the week, but I'm not planning on it, just because nothing was made official, folks have things to do. It is possible that we will be back the week following Christmas on a non-standard day. But do not expect us here next week. It's the holidays. Spend it with your family. Tell them about No Slugger Left Behind. I expect to see at least 1 new member in the chat from everybody here when we get back. I will be marking you absent if not. And next week, we've got round 6, where the Nate Muscles are going to be going to the playroom to play the rookies, who are definitely looking to get back on top, but the Muscles have been on a bit of a streak now. They might not be as easy as you'd expect. The Oh no, I'm just looking at this now myself, folks. Game 2 of week 6. The Iris Fireballs are the away team. You want to guess where you're going, Iris?
Oh boy, where am I going?
You're going to the Cruiser, where things are going
I
to get
can't wait.
wild. Those line drive home runs are going to come. Boy, you thought we saw a derby tonight. Rhiannon had better be rested and ready. Following that,
Yeah, 20 runs or it's a disappointment.
the Luigi Knights, owned by me, are going to be going to Bowser Castle to play the East Zack Monsters, who put up 13 runs today. Let's not forget it. And finally, I can't believe it. It's going to be week 6, but we are going to have our first battle of the Zacks. Cowboy Zack versus West Zack, two teams that just got done making trades with each other. The Bows are going to the Ice Garden at night, which I am so excited for. For those of you who don't know this, don't spoil yourselves. Peach's Ice Garden at night is a beautiful stadium. For that reason alone, I'm excited for that last game. But we will be back with it either sometime in the 29th through the 2nd or January 7th. Discord is in the description. I'm pretty sure you're all there. But take a look if you're not. Feel free to share the link. And keep an eye out in the announcements to see what we end up doing. For now, though, folks, I am going to sign off. My throat's getting a little hoarse, and I am out of beer. So you all have a Merry Christmas if you celebrate, and Happy Holidays if you don't. Iris, you want to take it away?
Absolutely. Real great night for Mario Baseball. I'm so thankful that I got to be a part of this. So thankful to everyone for watching. And with everything else out of the way, be sure to follow us here on Twitch. Follow us on YouTube if you care to. As Christian said, we are live every Wednesday except the next two. If you want to know about any rescheduled dates, following us here on Twitch will give you notifications anytime we are live. Join the Discord if you so desire. And with everything else out of the way, we'll see you next time.